We're here in the laundry room talking about what do you clean with, because cleaners are one of the top offenders when it comes to overloading ourselves with toxins and guarding really what comes into our home, what we're exposed to with our respiratory system, with our endocrine system, and all that good stuff.
A lot of the sprays, the conventional cleaners that we use in our houses have chemicals that are really damaging to our bodies. These chemicals are things like perchloroethylene or PERC, formaldehyde, chlorine, ammonia, and many more. And all of these chemicals have been linked to diseases like cancer, autoimmune disorders, hormonal imbalances, liver damage, and many more. So the emphasis on what we can do to clean up our environment is also going to help improve our health. So we're going to look at a couple of the top offenders. A lot of the things that we use, we probably don't even think about the ingredients that are actually causing us harm, more harm than good. Things like our dish soap. Now, if you've ever looked at dish soap in an aisle in the grocery store, or maybe have this in your home, one thing that you'll probably notice is that they are usually coming in colors that are bright blue and bright green. So when you see those bright colors, that's a red flag right off the bat that there are probably dyes and colors and fragrances in those products that you do not want entering into your home and especially in your body. So dish soap is a big one. Check your dish soap. A lot of soaps and things that foam up have a chemical called sodium lauryl sulfate in them. That's the foaming agent that makes you feel like you're getting really clean because it creates a lot of bubbles, but is actually damaging for your health.
But some people might be wondering, listening to you talk about dish soap, well, I don't eat my dish soap. I clean my dishes with it. So why should I care?
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of people will say that, but think about this. You're cleaning your dishes with that. It leaves that chemical residue on those dishes, and then you put your food, hot food on the dishes. Sometimes you even heat them up to create even more chemical leaching, and then you're eating that food, consuming, and those chemicals get in your body.
And we also touch the dish soap as we wash the dishes. And the children are on the dish soap and the dish water. And just bringing that into your home, period, is an added element of toxicity.
Yeah, exactly. So when we talk about the surfaces, when we talk about the things, it's not just what we're eating off of, it's things that we're touching as well. Another common product that a lot of people use is disinfecting wipes. And disinfecting wipes, if you even just turn over a package of those and look at the ingredients, it's kind of similar to how you can look at ingredients in food. And if you're reading something and you don't recognize it, if it looks like a chemical, it probably is a chemical that you don't want in your house or in your body. So disinfecting wipes are a really big one too.
And reading the ingredients on a cleaner can be much less intuitive than reading the ingredients on a food package, because there are some scientific words used when you're talking about the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. So we will give you tools at the end of this short segment of how to decode that and how to make it easy so you don't have to become a scientist in order to know what should come into your home.
One of the greatest resources that we have found and we utilize for our own families and our own homes is a website and an app called ewg.org. You can go to the website online, or you can download the app. I have that on my phone, and it's really helpful in looking up the products that you're using in your home and also searching for better alternatives. So what the environmental working group does is they search through products, they search ingredients, they do all of the hard work for you, and then they'll give their products a rating. The best in class rating is called EWG certified, and then the rating is just like grades in school, A through F, based upon how clean or dirty the product is. So utilize ewg.org. That's going to give you a really good guideline on the products that you want to make this standard in your home.
And even if you forget A through F, you know that from school grades, right? But they also have the color coding. They always make sure that the healthiest, best choice is green, and then it goes to the most offensive, which ends in red. And you have to decide what's the threshold for you. I would encourage you to make your threshold high, to endeavor to only bring the green products into your home, because then we've identified the main offenders. We can't identify everything. We can't drive ourselves crazy. We shouldn't try to identify everything. But of the things that we can name and locate and eliminate, then we can do that. Next, let's take a look at your cleaners. I remember one of the very first times we were talking about toxic cleaners, the person that was teaching the class said, you'll never believe what one of the most toxic things in your home is. And no one guessed it. And do you know what it is?
No, tell me.
It's dryer sheets.
Oh,
People love their dryer sheets and they are so toxic. So we use dryer balls made of wool. You can get them made of silicone also, but we use wool dryer balls, and I don't even put anything on them because I live pretty simple, honestly. If I don't have to make it complicated, I don't. So the wool dryer balls can simply help fluff your laundry, keep them nice and static free, or you can put some drops of your favorite essential oil on it to also add scent. So get the dryer sheets out of your house. And if you think you can find clean ones, fine. Look at ewg.org and see if there have been any certified on there. Because here's the deal. You can search dryer sheets on the Healthy Living Guide. So the Healthy Cleaning Guide, there's a search bar where you can type in dryer sheets, multi-surface cleaner, disinfectant, window cleaner, whatever you're looking for. You can also type in the brand like Zum. So this is the same brand as the dryer sheets. This is the detergent that my family uses. I love the frankincense and myrrh one, but there are other ones that have less fragrance or different fragrance that are not artificial or toxic from some detergents. And Traci was talking about earlier the reliance on vinegar for so much cleaning in our toxin-free households or minimizing toxins, that the vinegar is a all-purpose solution. Almost anything. You can wash your floors, your windows. What else can we do with vinegar?
Oh, any surfaces. Talking about making things simple, one of the easiest cleaners that you can make at home is a simple solution of water and vinegar. I use it to clean floors, to clean surfaces and counters after cooking in the kitchen, even windows and mirrors.
The home recipe is a go-to for us. We always have a big container of just 4-to-1 vinegar and water, 4 parts water, 1 part vinegar, because it can be strong. You don't need a ton. But then this is a different one that is a pre-made vinegar cleaner where we can clean anything with it. And then if you're worried about odors in your house and you're like, how are we going to minimize odors if we're not bringing in the fragrances to cover up odors? And Norwex has been another go-to in our home, is just using their products to do the heavy cleaning in our bathrooms, to minimize odor in trash cans, to clean the grill, to clean the oven. That company has been amazing to find all of the hard solutions for cleaning. I also, in almost every room of my house, have these cloths. They're called Enviro cloths. See, this one's very well used. I have dozens of them. And in this cloth is threads of silver. I'm not a Norwex rep, but I'm just going to tell you why I trust it. Because there's threads of silver, which is naturally antibacterial, and you can get this wet, which opens up those threads and clean the surface, and the surface is completely disinfected. And then you simply wring it out, use it again until it doesn't feel clean anymore, and then you wash it in your washing machine. So this is a lifesaver with every room. The bathroom, the kitchen, the kids' rooms, in the car, have a tiny one handy in the car. And then Norwex also has all the different cloths, such as the kitchen cloth to scrub dishes with, and to dry dishes with, the very absorbent cloths. And so this has been something that has allowed us to get rid of excess paper towels and excessive amounts of cleaners that we no longer need because of these solutions.
I also use Norwex cloths in my home, and the cloth that I have been most impressed with is the window cloth. I grew up using conventional Windex things because, you use cleaners on windows and mirrors and it leaves streaks. But their cloths are made in such a way that they have specific purposes, and the mirror cloth, the window cloth, is really good at making a streak-free clean for you. Lastly, let's address fragrances. This is kind of a controversial topic, and a lot of people get really sad when I tell them this, but if you have candles in your home, that is a really big source of toxins. Think about it, you're lighting a wick, so it's burning and you're breathing in the carcinogens. Also, most conventional candles are laden with fragrances and chemicals to make a lot of smell. If you've ever walked past an aisle in the grocery store and just been hit by a wall of smell from everything merging together, that's probably a sign that your body doesn't like that, and those things are not good to breathe in. So get rid of candles. I know they're pretty and it's nice in the winter time, but there are alternatives that you can use for the goal of decreasing odor in your home. Essential oils and diffusers are good alternatives for that, but also just keeping your home clean on a regular basis.
Yes, and with that, I like to talk about the sixth sense that you develop when you start pulling toxins out of your home, because the fragrances are such a top offender when it comes to your endocrine system, when it comes to your respiratory system. You'll notice with allergic reactions, all of the things. I mean, your system responds to those fragrances, and we become immune to them when from birth and into toddlerhood, we're around them all the time. However, when you start pulling those toxins out of your home and getting rid of them, you develop this sixth sense that says, ooh, that's offensive. So you'll be walking down a grocery aisle and then all of a sudden your sense of smell is offended by the poisonous smells in that aisle. And that will go for, walking into stores that sell a whole bunch of lotions with fragrances, or candle stores that have that, and just knowing that it doesn't agree with your system. So watch for you to develop that sixth sense. Maybe you already have it and you're just watching this simply to catch a few more swaps or pointers, or do a little bit of a refresh in your home.
Mm-hmm. So we've showed you a couple of specific brands that are good alternatives, but we cannot emphasize enough that rather than following a specific brand and just assuming that that works for you and that it's clean and is not going to cause any harm, do your research. Go on the website, ewg.org, and look up the products that you have. Look up products that would be good to swap out for that, because like you said, Leah, everything is always changing. Things are developing. Companies tend to want to use different ingredients and will make changes in their products. So you really want to find your tried and true, what's going to work best for you and for your family, and stay diligent about it.
And I think it goes without saying, if you're watching this and you're trying to take that next step to be the driver, the gatekeeper of your home, the gatekeeper of what comes through the threshold of the door to come into your home, that you cannot simply say, well, it's on the shelf, it's safe, right? I think that goes without saying. That's why we're having this conversation, because the EPA, the CDC, the FDA, they are not responsible for your health. You are responsible for your health and for the health of your home. And so we look forward to empowering you to really hit it out of the park with that role in your family.